This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
To make a hard left turn and get back to pit road. Riding along with Kyle Busch, he has Parker Kligerman in front of him. Kligerman, your race leader. Pack fans out behind them. Now the top two are going to make their way on the pit road, and very close. There it is. The 82 goes around. Sean Corr got into the back of the 82 and around and into the infield he goes.
Yeah, Ty Dillon, the 82, pulled right out in front of Ty Dillon. Ty ran in the back of him. Ty was up to full speed here, and Sean was trying to get to pit road.
Caution flag comes out for the third time. 82 sliding through the infield, and the 51 still continuing with their pit work, right? Coming on to pit road. The three of Ty Dillon got into the back of that 82 as it was slowing. Looked as though the 82 was going to try to make it to pit road, but the three had so much momentum behind it.
Yeah, it's just inevitable that that's going to happen. Watch Johnny Sauter and Ron Hornaday just make their way around the outside of this mess. Sean Corr is deciding to pit, and that's just a bad plan.
And he may have all of a sudden burped and the thing ran out of gas, and he may have had to make a quick decision to come to pit road because he was out of fuel.
Wow, this is intense action. Matt Crafton gets to the bottom. Look how tight things are.
And it's too tight and into the wall. Timothy Peters in the 17. 30 other trucks involved. The 77 of Ramon Quiroga.
Caleb Holman in the 75 truck. 07 of Chris Cochran.
Too tight around Talladega.
Wow.
There's Sean Corr in the 82 truck. A lot of damage to his Ford.
That's back about where
There's Brendan Newberry in the 24. Destroyed. That's
about where Matt Crafton has spent his day, about right there, and he drove to the front, and timing is everything.
Yeah, he may have picked a good time to get out of the middle of the pack.
You gamble on potentially running out of fuel.
Oh,
Look
wow.
at what happened.
See the Ford truck in the middle of that racetrack and the 75 came together. It looked like the 75 was coming down just a little bit, made contact with the 4 of Jeb Burton.
It looked like Jeb was trying to get into a hole in the 75 of Caleb Holman, said there's not a hole here, and they caused a crash. You can see how tight things are right there. Look, Jeb's right against John West Townley. 75 of Caleb Holman comes down onto Jeb.
Catches Timothy Peters, takes him and the 77 of Ramon Quiroga into the outside wall. Brendan Newberry with nowhere to go. How about Chris Fontaine, the 83? Looks like he got through there.
He's really shucking their partners. They're getting a good push from someone, and then when they see the opportunity to go to the bottom, they just jump. Wow, look at that congestion, Rick.
Yeah, very close call back there about the 17th, 20th position, and around they go. 31 of James Buescher caught up in it, second in points.
Oh, Agnew into the wall on the inside, and Buescher hard again into the wall.
A lot of damage. The 18 of Joey Coulter also involved. A big hit for James Buescher.
Yeah, came into this race really trying to gain some ground, and it looks like he may be out of it here. Tough break for James Buescher. Had certainly one of the very best trucks. There's Joey Coulter's truck with a lot of damage, but James Buescher, Ty Dillon, when they got hooked up, they had two of the very best trucks here. That'd be all for naught for James Buescher. Rick, you started another look at it here.
It was Hornaday with the big run that I saw early, and then Ryan Sieg also coming up with a big run.
But you can see the run ends, and people start to, Hornaday's trying to crowd down in front of Buescher, and then Hornaday leaves it in there, and it's going to turn the 6 of Justin Lofton, and that means into James Buescher.
Just didn't give him enough room there. Looked like Ron Hornaday just did not give Justin Lofton enough room. And
an outside line trying to make the move.
22 trucks not within 1 second of the lead.
Oh, there they go.
Down to the inside of the track. They're wrecking. Ryan Blaney involved. Hard hit by the 9 of Hornaday. Caution comes out again. 7 laps to go.
Scott Stencil, the 63 truck, also involved.
That was a huge hit for Hornaday in the inside wall.
Look at the water coming out of the radiator. Punctured the radiator with that truck.
I'm sure the oil cooler as well. So he tried to start. I hope he doesn't get it started, but that won't turn out well. Tough break for Ryan Blaney. We've seen him have a fast truck all day long.
He and Ross Chastain have hooked up numerous times to go to the front. A lot of speed between those two Fords, and look at what happens.
About the best way to tell what happens in these circumstances is go up top, and we're up top. It looked like something happened to the 39 truck. Phil?
Maybe he ran out of gas getting down towards the end. He had pitted on lap 55. certainly something happened to his momentum anyway.
And that caused the congestion that wound up being a chain reaction crash. Who's going to push him? That's Johnny Sauter, his teammate. So if those two wait around to get together, that won't work. He better go with the guy that's leading the race, Ross Chastain, and push the heck out of him, hope for the best.
You got teammates hooked nose to tail on that outside line. Johnny Sauter, Matt Crafton, both from ThorSport. And so the pace truck has made its way onto pit road. Through the tri-oval we go. Green flag back in the air. 3 laps of racing to go. And a good run by Ross Chastain in the 19.
And he's got Parker Kligerman right behind him. That's what we thought, Michael. He could not avoid the guy right in front of him.
Yeah, there wasn't time to wait around and do your thing with your buddy. But, you know, if they pull apart, Phil, here comes Kyle Busch. We restarted 10th. We asked, could he get back to the front? We know he can, but will he?
A year ago, Parker Kligerman got his first win in the Camping World Truck Series right here at Talladega. We asked you earlier today, who do you think might get their first win? Who's up front, Phil?
Ross Chastain is the guy that I was looking at, but he's got a pair of ThorSport trucks on the high side making some ground up.
This would be a good statement to make toward racing for a championship win at Talladega, huh?
Coming through the tri-oval. 2 laps of racing to go. They're pairing up 2 by 2 around this track. That time by, it was Johnny Sauter who led. Ross Chastain was 14 1/1000ths of a second behind him in second.
Remember, if they can get by to the start-finish line one more time to take the white, the next flag will end this race.
Remember who won at Daytona in February on a track similar to Talladega?
Wait, on the outside, how about Dakota Armstrong? Kyle Busch on the outside. 3 pairs of tandems, 3 wide.
And they're about to go into turn number 3. Now they're staying right in line. What's going to happen is the truck in back is going to start to overheat because they can't do this for more than a lap. But they don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care less. They're just trying to fight their way to the checker flag. With their engine blowing up when they take the checker, that's all they want.
White flag about to come out, and they're 2 by 2, 3 wide as they come through the tri-oval. One more time around at Talladega. Who has the advantage? Down on the bottom of the racetrack, Ross Chastain. Just behind him, last year's winner, Parker Kligerman. Right in the middle, ThorSport drivers, nose to tail.
There's the steam coming out of that 88, Rick.
The 3rd and 4th. And then on the high side, it's Dakota Armstrong with Kyle Busch. Still side by side, 3 wide as they go down the backstretch.
This is amazing.
Pushing as hard as you can and driving as hard as you can. Looking for the checker flag with an engine that's about to blow up.
Ross Chastain has the advantage down on the bottom. He's still in front. Here comes that 98 and the 88 tandem in the middle of the track. Johnny Sauter, he won at Daytona earlier this year. Can he do it again? They wreck behind him. They're rolling behind him. Now the 88 spins. ThorSport is going to win. It's going to be Johnny Sauter that will get the win, but they wreck behind him.
Matt Crafton has not got to the start-finish line yet.
And they're still wrecking. Crafton does slide by the start-finish line. The 32 of Miguel Paludo was upside down. It's on fire now.
Somebody hit Kyle Busch really hard late in that crash. Just as they crossed the start-finish line, the front of his truck is tore off. Crafton made it across the start-finish line like you talked about, Phil. There's the winner.
Johnny Sauter ends up winning. Crafton trying to get started back again. Kyle Busch is climbing out of his truck. That's a great sign. Truck's still rolling. They need to stop here, as we've got a lot of carnage right here on the front stretch. Miguel Paludo's out of his truck.
Kyle Busch is on the ground next to the wall.
Kyle goes up against the wall.
Huge impact.
There's Miguel Paludo.
To the front of his truck, just below our booth here at the start-finish line.
Matt Crafton, let's take another look.
That's Jeb in the black truck.
Being pushed by Miguel Paludo. He got pushed sideways into Kyle Busch.
That sends Busch sideways. Dakota Armstrong in the 60 was able to stay clear up high.
Watch Paludo flip over when Kyle gets on the right rear of his truck.
See David Starr go by. Chris Fontaine going by. Justin Lofton in the 6 truck. There's Clay Greenfield in the 68. John West Townley in the 7 going by on the inside.
I think there might be one more impact for...
Yeah, Kyle Busch did get hit one more
Kyle
time.
Busch, I'm thinking maybe it was the...
We watched, though, the 32 still upside down. He'll end up rolling just at the end as he gets hit one more time here.
Yeah. The sliding down the racetrack isn't that bad. It's the landing on the racetrack that hurts you in a flip.
There was another couple of trucks hit
There's another
at the
vantage
start-finish
point.
line.
Coming out of turn 4.
Here's the 3 tandems, all 3 wide. And there's Jared Burton coming with a big push by Miguel Paluda and then pushed him sideways.
What happened to? Well, was that clear? Did it just veer to the right? Did he have something go wrong with his truck?
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.